What's up everyone, welcome. My name is Lukumecha and I will be with you in our channel called Limitless Tech.
I remember really well how I got my first ever subscriber here on YouTube, and the story begins with my first ever video that I uploaded on the platform titled What to Expect This December, and it wasn't until 4 months later where this video got any sort of traction. I remember it was in April, a Thursday, I was going for class, and I got this notification from YouTube saying someone has subscribed to your channel. That someone specifically being this kid called Fight Not Fight, and he was really enthusiastic by saying, "Yo bro, I'm your first ever subscriber." It was a really great moment in my life. It was the happiest I've ever been. And fast forward 18 videos later, with nearly 10,000 views and 150 plus subscribers, here we are. And my YouTube journey, I would say, has been really nice, I guess. I get to meet awesome people like Zachary Silver, people like Tony Elvis and the likes. And you, the audience, the commenters, the viewers, the entire subscriber community, you were really amazing for my 1 year journey here on YouTube. So I felt like it was a great time to make update video saying thank you to everybody who has subscribed from 0 to 150 plus. And take this video as an update because we'll be taking a look at new equipment we got in the studio, plus take it as a walkthrough of how we do things here at LTech, from the idea generation to the scripting to the researching to the writing to the actual post-production and the frequency of production. So it's going to be interesting, and you are going to see my unique perspective and behind the scenes of what exactly happens in making an LTech video. So without wasting any of your time, let's get into it. So I get ideas in really weird places, whether I'm doing the dishes or I'm brushing my teeth, or 5 minutes before I wake up, or 5 minutes after I sleep, or on my way to class. And they come to me so often that I have nearly a month worth of video ideas just scribbling through my mind. And naturally, not all these ideas are great, so I write down what I think are great. And even what I think are great sometimes are not even so great. Like, I remember in the history of LTech for the 1 year anniversary, we've had you won't believe, 3 videos not make it to the final cut. 2 videos ended up in the scripting. 1 video I shot, I edited, but I felt like it was ahead of its time, so canceled that completely, terminated. And okay, so writing or scripting or whatever you call it starts when the ideas have crossed the threshold of being something worth making a video about. And for facts or some assisting data, I mean, we do reviews here on the channel, so some graphs or some spec sheet. Aside from the manufacturer sites, here are my most visited sites that I go to when researching. So first is The Verge, shout out to those guys, then Bloomberg, then TechRadar, then of course YouTube. But speaking of YouTube, beware of your reviews. This is especially for reviewers, being influenced by someone else's opinion after watching the video. Let me put it this way. I'm making a Microsoft Surface 2 review. Totally a spoiler. But let's say I go on YouTube and search for that same exact product that I'm reviewing. And chances are my opinions will be generally structured around that individual's views or abstract on that exact product. So for reviewers, this is a trap that you should never enter into, and believe me, it really is scary as much as it sounds. So that is the researching and that is the scripting. So quick tips on scripting, and I actually got this from David Emel, is to first have a thesis, like a general idea, abstract of what you're scripting about, and be sure to revolve around that thesis, that idea, as you script each and every detail. Second is know your context, like what types of videos are you making, what is your niche, what is your target audience, what does the algorithm say about that. And lastly is unearth each and every possible details about that specific topic or that specific product by the case of reviews, and you got yourself a killer script. Now, I might be the actual 1% of the YouTube creator community who uses Samsung Notes and Microsoft Word for scripting. But that is what I use on scripting. Now, for you who are wondering, I almost never write down what I'm about to say. I mean, it would be weird if I read every single line of script, which luckily I don't. You saw that. Okay, now we shoot, and there are some really decent amount of skills that have one-upped my workflow here at LTech, which first is in composition, which includes set design and everything, and second is in photography, which both have shaped and merged my skills well enough in me sometimes saying that, yeah,
we'll fix it in post.
but for the majority of what we shoot here, which is these talking headshots, which is basically me sitting here in these four corners and walls, there are some things that you're supposed to get right, which sometimes I do struggle, but these are like the fundamentals of taking videos in videography in general, which first is in the video itself, and second is in the audio. Now, like most of the beginners, I'm also a smartphone shooter, and I shoot on my main phone, the Galaxy S10 plain, and you might shoot on something else, you might even shoot on a DSLR, that's okay, mirrorless, even better. But for my smartphone shooter friends out there, one thing that I really urge you to master is learn how to use manual cameras. You might use the one that comes pre-built in your camera app, that's okay. You might use a third-party one, that's okay. But the thing that we are aiming here is that manual flexibility of controlling the highlights and the exposure and the shadows and everything like that. So clean your lenses, make sure everything is fine, shoot on the manual mode, and you're good to go. But for audio, this is what brings us to the main event of the update that you've all been waiting for. So this is the BM800 condenser mic, which sadly I can't use because my PC is busted, plus it needs a software and an audio interface. But this is probably the solution to our audio problems for now once I fix my PC and get the audio interface. But for now, we'll just fix it in post, I guess. About that, I am a CapCut editor, mobile CapCut video editor, and I know it sounds weird, but I don't think any software should hold you back when it comes to the video creative process here on YouTube. I mean, there's a ton of limitations in the CapCut software, but if it mixes video, syncs up audio, basically does some keyframes, then I don't think any software should hold you back. It's like a gospel that I preach here on the channel, but actually, yeah, the only limit really is your imagination. Go hell yeah creative. So, after I finish editing, my final 4K exported footage is somewhere between 2 and 4 gigs, and I upload via mobile data, which is really expensive in my country. But do you know what's not expensive? Is if you hit that subscribe button. Like, come on. If you subscribe now, then you have a guaranteed chance of never subscribing again to this channel. Think about it. So yeah, that's pretty much everything we do here at LTech to make a successful video, and we're only 1 year in, which means that is my workflow for now at least, but it might change, it might get updated over time, that's totally fine. But if you're a creator, one thing that is really my motivation, and it should be yours too, is that I make a video and someone watches it. Not only watches it and likes it and comments on it and subscribes on it, that is the best motivation that I ever have felt in a while now. What is the time? Well, I guess it's time for my classes then. Thank you so much guys for watching. You've been an awesome audience. You've been an awesome people. Happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next one.